it goes that way.
And I
really
want
do.
to I want to thank TJ Felony for stopping by today. I tried to introduce you to him on X, and I think he is, and he stopped by on tonight's show. We've had a lot of people stopping by tonight's show, Mike. We haven't seen King Milkfart in a long time.
I know.
We've some
also
other ones.
Had a lot of people reaching out to us on social media, on DMs, text messaging. So a large group of people are supporting what we're doing and are behind us in this effort to eventually make sure that these trolls go away and won't bother people anymore.
Behind the scenes, we haven't brought the drama to YouTube because a lot of times we don't want to give these trolls oxygen. But the problem is, the more they talk, the bigger their stories get, the more their following happens. Mike, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Which is why Darren goes in these spaces and confronts them.
Yeah.
He does the right thing. And more people should be pushing back.
A lot going on UFO Twitter right now. It's definitely not one of those intros where I'm going to be like, oh, nothing really going on. Well, I'm going to go ahead and edit all this, and it's going to go up on YouTube later. So I'll add some videos and stuff, and I was going to probably start the intro with the video. Friend of mine, Darren, was on Disclosure last night with Fessler and Disclosure Mike, and they put the Tupa crew on blast, and Darren was amazing on that show. Oh man, there were girls in the chat asking for for his contacts and shit. He was really good, but you know, basically these guys have taken notice to the Tupa crew hate group, and they put us they had us in, and they had Darren tell his story, and it was really good, and they gave a shout out to me. I'll go ahead and play it when I do the when I go and do the edit. I'll play it for y'all. Right now the Tupa crew is over there doing damage control spaces right now, but I don't need to engage in that shit anymore, man. I have nothing to gain by going over there and arguing with those guys. But another thing from during Disclosure tonight, when Darren, my buddy Reverend Darren, I'll put his tag up when I do the edit, when he was live with Disclosure tonight talking about the Chupacabra hate group cult, Lou Elizondo came in. Lou Elizondo popped up. All of a sudden, Lou Elizondo is in the freaking live. It's Lou, and he gave a little shout out to us, and he was basically saying like, we're watching what's going on the app. One thing Lou said that I took away, because I'm not a huge Lou supporter. Like, what I have an issue with is the way this man's been treated and slandered and by the Tuba crew. But with Elizondo, I'm a skeptic when it comes to a lot of the ufology stuff. So we're not, me and Mr. Elizondo are not in line when it comes to like ufology and that it's extraterrestrials and things like this, where the astral projection stuff. In his book he spoke about Guantanamo Bay. Some of that stuff I didn't typically take well, but what was going on when I joined UFO Twitter with this Tupa crew and Red Pan Koala is it was very obvious they were trying to make their name off this guy, Lou Elizondo, and it was a full-on defamation campaign. From the day I got here, it's been a defamation campaign against this guy. It's been going for 3 years, and what happened is they label anyone who crosses them as the Lou crew, and I crossed them, so I just got thrown in with the Lou crew. So like, if you watch Disclosure tonight, when Elizondo pops on, people are going crazy, dude. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's Lou. But I'm not a huge Elizondo fan. I just understand that this guy's been wronged, and that the UFO Twitter community has got everything fucking twisted. Like that's another thing that was very obvious from day one. And I don't know if Panda and Tupa believe this shit they say about that man, or if they're just. A lot of me thinks these guys are just trying to get famous. Like, and they're this thing has gone on for so long that it appears that it might end up in the courts, and I'm not so sure if these crazy fuckers are like celebrating that. Like, they want to go viral for this, so it's something to keep in mind, I think, with these guys. They're not typical. They might look at getting served by Lou Elizondo as a win. Like, holy, we got it now, and they'll put it all over, and portray themselves as, the underdog victim being silenced, even though in reality they're the ones silencing everyone. I mean, they each one of them have 50,000 followers, and they're holding entire spaces trying to silence me. I've never had over 1,000 followers. But yeah, shout out to the guys over at Disclosure tonight, Mr. Fessler, Disclosure Mike. Really appreciate the platform, and that these podcasts are actually giving us the ear, and it appears though when we do make contact, everything it's obvious what's going on here. You do have some of the podcasts like Alien Girl that are kind of in with the Tupa crew, so they're not going to cross them. But I think it's good to get on some of these podcasts, and I think I'd love to get with Cambion. I noticed Cambion's never been willing to kind of cross the Tupa crew or Red Panda Koala, and I've always wondered why, because I would hate to think that he's like part of the gatekeeper crew, and I don't think he is. Cambion, he's a content creator. He does his own thing. He makes good content, but it is something I've noticed that Red Panda Koala has stolen his content several times, like where he just slapped his watermark on a Cambion video or clip, and I would tag him and call it out, like, dude, why is this allowed? Like, because Cambion is known as a guy that calls out people that don't do things right. He's a by the book guy. That's the image he portrays. Like, do things right. There's a right process to these things. But why did Red Panda Koala get a pass on all this shit? And a lot of it is the thing where, like, well, they've never caused me problems, so I'm not gonna cause them problems. And you're trying to build a channel. The last thing you want to do is piss off guys with 60,000 followers. But I think that attitude hopefully can start to change. There was an. Let me see. What else did I want to? There's a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I start taking notes. Y'all are screwed. Yeah, when I start taking notes, that's when it's game over. I wrote some stuff down while I was on the bus earlier that I was gonna talk about. Uh, yeah, dude. I'll edit that video, and I'm gonna put in a couple segments from Disclosure tonight. I'll tag them and everything, make sure it's all good. Um, oh, okay. Another thing I wanted to talk about. There was a post from on Twitter from the Bigfoot Diaries, that AI account that has the Bigfoot clown and all the ufology figures, and lately they've been kind of picking at Chupacabra and Red Panda, but they've been kind of like they're light, like they're not going real hard on them. And I reposted one and made a comment, and I got an interesting DM from someone who they're a friend of mine I've known for well over a year, and they've never been wrong about anything that they've told me. And they just straight up told me, like, hey, you're retweeting Tupacabra, that Bigfoot account, like, that's Tupa, and he's cashing in on you guys on all way, from all directions. And I was like, no way, no way. And then I thought about it a little bit, and it's like, well, let's look how they kind of went at Tupa. It was like, in the end, it was still him trying to look cool smoking a cigarette. It wasn't real bad. Um, The only thing that makes me think it's not is because some of the Bigfoot Diary posts, they're funny. Like, and Tupa's not funny. That guy, he's never made me laugh once. So that's where I have a hard time believing it's Tupa. But I ran a poll, just straight up: is it possible that the Bigfoot Diaries, whatever the fuck that account is called, is being run by Tupacabra? And there were a lot of people that thought, yeah, that's Tupacabra, and I think it's something to keep an eye on. I'm not telling you that account is Tupacabra, but I think it's possible. And um, at first I was thinking his ego would not allow him to clown on himself. Because then you get the comments of everyone that are like, yeah, fuck that gooner. And you have to see it, and it's sad. Like, these guys have fragile egos. So it didn't seem like something he could do. But then I kind of looked at what the ones that were aimed at him and Panda, and they were with like kid gloves. Like, they were super light. Like I said, even the last image was almost made to make like him look like a player. And it did make me think about it. And yeah, I'll put the poll up. You can see the results right here. It actually got quite a bit of for my account, since I'm blacklisted and suppressed. Uh, it did get some votes though, and quite a few people seem to think that is Tupacabra, or it could be Tupacabra. Uh, all right, last thing I want to talk about. I'm starting to see a trend on UFO Twitter with the girls, and it's the girls from the Tupa crew. That's the only ones I'm seeing it from so far. And I posted a clip of Red Panda Koala, I think it was last week, where he was telling a space full of people in his rapid speak crazy talk. And I'll play it again when I do the edit, so you stay tuned. You can see. I'll give it a second. Here, let me take a rip while I give it a second for it to play. It's a short clip.
Hey,
Go ahead, Red.
Hey, Chris.
Hey guys, real quick, and I'm gonna have to drop down also because I'm hanging out with my dad and he's visiting. But totally down to help anyone learn how to grift better. 100%. I'm not even saying that as a joke. Like, I think a lot of people do good research here and they could turn it into something. And I've learned stuff even from Keemstar that had I known like 2 or 3 years earlier, it probably would have helped me like, be able to do this kind of more.
If they are nice to him, he'll teach them how to grift. And that grifting is good, and that he thinks everyone should start grifting. And this idea that grifting is cool has been pushed by the Tupa crew for going on 2 years now, 3 years. And it's a big part of it is this UFO Shane guy. His image is that grifting is okay. Grifting is not okay. Grifting is scumbaggery. Grifting needs to be run out of the community. And what's happened is these guys have made grifting seem edgy or cool. The Tupacabras, the UFO Shane, even like Logan to some extent. Where now these girls from their little clique, they're straight up posting these thirst traps, advertising OnlyFans accounts now. Like, they're starting to and look, I'm iffy on OnlyFans, where I don't look down upon girls that have OnlyFans accounts. If you can run an OnlyFans account and make a good living without harming your dignity, more power to you. I don't have anything against you. But is UFO Twitter the place for your thirst trap? Like, is it really? Because what's happened is these guys have lowered the social standards of the community to a level where you remember the day where you would log on to Twitter, and if you were spammed with a bunch of OnlyFans girls, you would get annoyed? Like, where are all these coming from? Jesus. Well, most people do. I'm sure Benno and Carl like it. But most guys are like, what the hell? How are these getting onto my account? Well, now they're going to be coming from inside UFO Twitter. Where before it was like you had to, put up a wall, keep all these OnlyFans girls out. Now this little group has made it normal where you're going to start seeing these girls advertising their OnlyFans stuff. And I'll put one up here. I don't want to shame these girls. That's not my goal. I'm I'm predicting it because you're gonna start seeing it a lot. And it's all from their group. None of my female friends on UFO Twitter are doing things like this. They treat UFO Twitter like an intellectual community, where they want to be known for their thoughts and ideas. Like that's why it's just not the place. But for these girls that want to cash in, it's the perfect place because you got some creeps on that community. And they probably just got to the point where they're like, dude, I can't resist. I know I could be cashing in on all these thirsty ass dudes. And they're coming out and they're posting it. They're just straight up saying, like, look at me, look at my boobs, send me money. Like, and you're going to start seeing more and more of it. And yeah, it's interesting because it's similar to the Rogers coin situation where when I joined UFO Twitter, you would get crypto bros floating in, and it'd be like, God, how are these crypto bros getting in on my stream? Like, where are they coming from? But eventually, it was coming from within UFO Twitter with Rogers Coin, Tupa Crew. It's always the Tupa Crew that does this shit. It's to it's to cash in at any cost. That's all it is to tap in to the money machine that is UFO Twitter. They pump into guys in prison like McNeil, and like people see it and they're like, dude, I want to cash in on that. And you know, these girls are doing it with this OnlyFans stuff. But it's interesting how they all come from that one little group doing these cash schemes. And it just like Rogers Coin. At first, it was outsiders launching the coins at us. Then it was the Tuba crew, and now at first it was the outsiders with the OnlyFans accounts popping up and the girls jumping into your DMs, and now it's the girls from within UFO Twitter, specifically the Tuba Hey group. They're the ones putting out the OnlyFans advertisements and stuff, man. It's just wild to see. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get ready to play. Keep an eye on it though. You're gonna start seeing that everywhere. This OnlyFans stuff. This isn't the beginning. It's just the beginning.